Hey guys, Furty from Icy Veins here. In this video I'll be illustrating the most efficient path to take for the Fire Mage artifact Felo'melorn. From the starting trait Wings of Flame, head up into Cauterizing Blink, which gives you some nice defensive utility on your primary mobility spell. Then snag Pyroclasmic Paranoia, which is the highest value basic trait on the tree, giving you the increased Pyroblast damage. This is also the trait that you're going to want to look out for relics to further increase the number of ranks you can get. Head into Fire at Will, which is another high value basic trait. This is probably the second highest value relic slot, so keep an eye out for Fire at Will relics as well. As always though, you're going to want to prioritize eye level over the tastiness of the trait, but if you have equivalent eye level relics, make sure you prioritize the Pyroblast damage and then the Fireball cast time. Grab your first golden trait, Pyretic Incantation, which gives you a stacking critical bonus. It stacks 5 times, and if you fail to crit, then you lose your stacks. This is the highest value golden trait on the tree, so you are going to want to rush it. It's very good for single target dungeons, AoE. It basically just amounts to almost like a passive Incanter's Flow, because your stacks will stack and fall. You know, you're not going to crit every single cast, but you kind of will get this ebb and flow of damage with this artifact trait. Go back to the starting trait Wings of Flame, head down into Great Balls of Fire for the Fireball damage, then into Big Mouth for the Dragon's Breath ranged, which is not that useful, but nice utility, especially in dungeons where Dragon's Breath is quite good. Pick up Ever-Burning Consumption for the Ignite damage, which is another relic trait to keep an eye out for. Would prioritize this above the Fire at Will, Fireball reduced cast time relic if you are doing a lot of Mythic Plus dungeons and that's your focus, because the Ignite damage is a little bit more valuable for that. Then grab your second golden trait, Phoenix Reborn, which essentially gives you a chance when hitting things. Whenever you have an Ignite on something, a chance to reduce the cooldown by Phoenix's Flames. This is going to smooth out your rotation a lot. Very good for damage, very good for AoE. Head back to the upper part of the tree with Pyroclasmic Paranoia and invest into Burning Gaze for fire critical damage. This syncs really nicely with the crit stacking that you're already doing, and also with the Pyretic Incantation golden trait that we acquired earlier. You have a bit of a choice here if you want to just fully flesh out your AoE, like I would say 3 to 4 plus targets or more. So let's say you're prioritizing Mythic Plus dungeons, or you just want that little bit of extra AoE punch for raids. I would grab the Aftershocks trait right away, and that gives you the extra Flame Strike damage. But if you are prioritizing purely single target, go into Reignition Overdrive instead, and then get Blast Furnace, and this will give you the most possible single target available. And then you can get Aftershocks. This is a personal choice. I would say when in doubt, go Aftershocks first, because it gives you a lot of punch for a single point for your AoE, and chances are you will be doing some cleaving with Flame Strike in raids. After you've gotten these 3 traits, Aftershocks, Reignition, Overdrive, and Blast Furnace in whatever order you choose, I would pick up Blue Flame Special for the Flame Strike damage, as you will be doing quite a bit of cleaving, and this is a very strong trait for that. And then pick up Molten Skin for the reduced physical damage. And finally, pick up Scorched Earth, which gives you the stacking movement speed. However, if you do end up with the legendary Coralon's Burning Touch, which increases your Scorch damage on targets below 25% by 350% damage, if you do acquire this legendary first, you are going to want to invest into this trait, Scorched Earth, before acquiring the Molten Skin trait, as you will be casting quite a bit more Scorch than you would if you did not have the legendary. Finally, once your artifact is fully completed, you can put your first points into Empowered Spellblade, which is an analog damage increase. However, the first point does increase your damage by 5%, while subsequent invested points only increase it by 0.5% per point, and you can invest up to 20 points in this Empowered Spellblade trait. Since the first point is so high value compared to subsequent points, I would recommend putting at least 1 point into Empowered Spellblade. After you've done that though, it's your prerogative whether you want to continue to increase the fire damage you deal, or investigate fleshing out your other artifacts. Thanks guys, and good luck in Legion.